Welcome to Knockhill Racing Circuit for the Scottish Legends cars. Final race of the day here at Knockhill in June under lovely sunshine. The cars making their way through the hairpin for the first time of asking, but waiting as they come up under a controlled start. Brent Bowie on the front row of the grid with Ellaby Clark here. The lights go out and down towards Duffus Dip we go. Fanning out underneath the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge. 3, 4, 5 wide in certain points. It looks like Brent Bowie in car 5, yes, will take that. Scott Smith drops into a very well deserved second place there as everybody else fans out into McIntyre's. Ben McNeese making a big move, as is 52 Stewart Black, both going past the 66 Alistair Calderwood car, who shuffled down the pack here. A little bit tight going into Butcher's. Calderwood runs at a road. Oh, and he almost comes back on and collects Peter McKernan in car number 4. Thankfully, no contact there. Peter McKernan here this weekend in a brand new car. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have wanted Alistair Calderwood buried in the side of that car. Through Clark's, Brent Bowie's wide. Scott Smith, has to pinch it back. Almost side to side contact, and that's a disaster if that happens in Legends. Not something you want to have happening at all. Scott Smith goes on the defensive in towards the hairpin, but it's Brent Bowie who leads in towards the hairpin. 222's Matt Knight up the inside of 1, tries to go up the inside of 2 and almost completes the move as we go on board with Scott Smith. Goes from one slipstream to another onto the grass up the main straight. Oh, Scott's going to feel that in the back and the bum later on. Well held, Scott Smith, as he does a wicked wild rodeo up the main straight. And then we see Stewart Black, wicked wild rodeo straight down the escape road. Brent Bowie's in the gravel. It's all gone Pete Tong here on lap 2 for the Scottish Legends. Stewart Black, well, he was closer to Kelty than he was the track going down Duffus Dip there, but he manages to save that through the escape road. And I was too busy watching that and then noticed Brent Bowie the wrong way at the bottom of the hill in the gravel trap. So it all kicks off here very much big time at Knockhill on lap 2. Scott Smith has been shuffled back down after that rodeo ride up the main straight on the grass. And as the cars come back round towards the apron, Matt Knight pops out from the slipstream on Billy Waite, but Billy Waite will own that. Oh, a bit of contact between Knight and Waite. So the drivers being a little bit aggressive with each other here, and Stewart Black has come from the back of the grid. He's managed to get through all that chaos and mayhem with a trip down the escape road. He's got himself into a fabulous second place now as we go on board with Scott Smith down towards Duffus Dip, down a gear, turns in, a little look in the mirror there, somebody's up his inside, yes, that's Pino Palazzo. Oh, there's cars going everywhere. That was Ryan McLeish facing the wrong way down the hill. And I think Scott Smith will have a lot of stories to tell after this race in number 68, because there's action aplenty here at Knockhill in the Scottish Legends. That's Pino Palazzo who we just see going through there. He's chased by Claude Botanier, who's over from Belgium. Claude racing one of the 850cc Legends. It's a Yamaha 3-cylinder engine compared to the rest. These are all 4-cylinder Yamahas, but they're the old XJR engine. So back towards the hairpin. Draw breath in the commentary box here. Stewart Black is at the front of the pack. He's chased down by Billy Waite. And then there's a little bit of a gap back. We've got Ben Mason now joining in. Ben Mason's very much in there. Have to keep our eyes on Matt Knight, who has been pretty excitable so far. As the late afternoon sun here at Knockhill Racing Circuit. Well, some of the drivers could maybe use that as an excuse for where they've been driving today and what's been going on. But clean and calculated through McIntyre's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all together. Then there's Claude, and then there's Pino comes through at the back. Pino Palazzo, former series champion, in fact defending series champion if I'm not mistaken. Former series champion. Stewart Black's a defending series champion. Get it right, commentator. And look at Black, comes through there just out to the edge of the exit curb, not doing what Claude's doing there. A little bit too much there. Stewart Black, a very much seasoned pro when it comes to Scottish Legends Championship, and he's putting in some very fast laps now. 59.3 his last lap through, and he's put a bit of gap between himself and Billy Waite in this lap, and he's gone purple through the first couple of sectors, crosses the line. 59.176. That is his fastest lap of the race. Ben Mason does a 58.9. Ben Mason is charging down, and Ben Mason is the fastest man on track in car 22. In towards McIntyre's now, the blue car with the checkered roof, ahead of Billy Waite, the red car with the blue top on it, number 17. And Ben Mason very much the man on track and on form just now. Fastest lap of the race last time round to Ben Mason, 58.927. as they go up the back straight towards Clark Corner again. Mason beautifully out to the edge of the kerb. Claude Watanier taking a little bit more kerb there and race direction. Well, they'll be watching that and they'll be less than happy. Scott Bourne very much in the mix as well behind Billy Waite, looking to go up the inside. Can he make that manoeuvre stick? Yes, he can. Billy Waite tries to fight it off, but he knows Scott's on the inside. He can try the cutback. Scott Bourne just covered that one through the apex of the corner well. Scott Bourne, teammate to Matt Knight. Matt Knight, who we've just seen going out of shot there as we start lap 6. Stewart Black with a nice comfortable buffer. When you look in your mirror at this point in a legend race, you can almost breathe a little sigh of relief every time you get through the chicane, Clark's and the hairpin. You've put together 3 good sectors off the track, and that makes you happy as we see Stewart bouncing into view there, as well as Ben Mason. Ben trying very hard. Oh, and it's everybody getting a little bit wider behind them. That was Billy Waite just dropping a wheel into the gravel, and you've got to watch because that can then pitch the front of the car in the air and it can turn you hard right onto the grass and the wall on the inside. Definitely not what you want to be doing. Ryan McLeish behind Pino Palazzo. Look at the top of your screen. There you go, the white car just popping into view. Ryan McLeish starting a comeback as Claude goes up the inside of Billy. Billy will not want to let that happen. But Claude Watanier from Belgium makes another place stick there in that 1-2-6 car. Up the main straight, we do have Scott Hines in this race, car 26. Welcome back to Scott Hines, and we should have had Pat Hines in this race in car 25. First time back in 12 years, but unfortunately Pat caught up in an incident yesterday which saw the car beyond repair for the Sunday. And let's hope we can see Pat back with us in July, because it really is great having the Hines guys back in our paddock here for the Scottish Legends at the Knockhill Motorsports Club. Did you see Ben Mason going through the chicane? And that car was hopping and bouncing everywhere. But it's great having the Hines guys back in the paddock with us here. Alistair Calderwood about to go a lap down in towards the hairpin comes Stewart Black in car 52, the defending series champion, and Alistair Calderwood gives him lots of room there. Good bit of vision from Calderwood as the leaders come up behind him, and the blue flags and the big blue FIA light panels will have been flashing. And now we've got Scott Bourne under big attack from Claude as they go up the main straight. Claude Watanier getting a good draft there as we go back on board with Scott Smith. Let's hope this is a little bit less. Well, he's in the gravel again. Scott Smith in the gravel, on the grass, then comes back on the straight. Scott has had a bit of a race in this final. Really good showing up towards that point, but the final today hasn't been the greatest for him. As we see Glenn Burtonshaw coming through in the ex-Gerard McCosh car, and it's great to see. Oh, great to see. Is this a spinner? Is that Elby Clark spinning there? It's great to see Glenn Burtonshaw out in the ex-Gerard McCosh car. The Gerard McCosh trophy up for grabs today, and Elby Clark sits motionless in the middle of the back straight there as Scott Bourne has Claude Watanier around the outside of him at the hairpin. Claude lights it up a little bit too early. Scott Bourne might get the drag towards the line as they go up towards the last lap board now, which flies as they go over the crest of the hill side by side for Bourne and Watanier down towards Duffus underneath the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge. Bourne back up the inside. Good manoeuvre from Scott Bourne as we're coming down to the yellow flag area now. You see the yellow flag waved in the background as the time to come up to the chicane. You'll see the flashing panel and the double waved yellow flag for Elby Clark, who's sitting in a horrible place on the track there, not liking that at all. And Elby is probably feeling the same way as the entire field's going to come through. And there you go, red flag. The stewards in the race direction have decided it is best to bring that to a halt. So that will be a result. It will go back. And we'll get Stewart Black, the winner from Ben Mason. 52 from 22 and 91. Stewart Black, Ben Mason and Scott Bourne. Claude Watanier comes home in 4th place with Billy Waite and 17 rounding out the top 5. The fastest lap of the race did go to Ben Mason. Ben set that on the 4th lap of the race, a 58.927. With Glenn Burtonshaw in the ex-Gerard McCosh car getting a good finish. Great to see the number 96 car, that burgundy car, back on track with all the other legends. Cracking Scottish Legends action there. Join us the next time we are on track, which will be the 9th and 10th of July.